Thank you guys for coming back to yet another episode of Cobra TV. So there's been a few updates with the IGN coverage that just blew me away. The economy video that IGN released was pretty amazing. Most of the stuff we already knew, but wasn't it cool just to hear Sean Murray sit there and talk about the economy, talk about mining, and talk about trading? And the cool thing, which you're going to hear me repeat a lot with subscribers, sitting out in space and watching the busy space stations go about their business, and watching the ships fly down to freighters and docking with them and taking stuff back up to the space station and then down to the planets and back and forth and so on. And just sitting there relaxing somewhere in space, just wow. You know what? That really got to me. And like I said, you're going to hear me repeat that quite a bit with subscribers because that is one of my favorite things that I've heard come out. So there really isn't a whole lot of new information, but just a lot of eye candy that I just can't get enough of. And I'm watching it on repeat. But on this episode, I'm going to focus on the community like I always have, and talk to subscribers because this show has always, from the very start, been about you. These subscriber calls are nothing new. They've been going on for God knows how long. And it's the funnest thing that I do on Cobra TV is open up the lines and talk to you, give you the floor, give you the microphone, and let you talk about what you love about No Man's Sky, what you plan on doing. Just remember that I love you guys, and stay tuned. I'm going to be doing an Indie Games TV show here on this channel, Cobra TV, and I cannot wait to talk about the indie games that I'm so excited for because there's so many out there that I'm just going giddy over. But anyways,
hey guys,
Jonathan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to be here.
It is awesome to have you on the show, man. Very, very awesome. It's a pleasure of mine.
Thanks so much.
One of the biggest things that I love the most about doing all of this, man, is being able to have this this format where I can actually talk to the people who watch my videos or that are involved in the No Man's Sky community in general, no matter where you come from.
Definitely glad to be here, and great job on all your videos, man. I mean, when I first found No Man's Sky, it was at this latest E3, so you could say I'm class noob when it comes to that, but when I started looking and diving into content, like your videos were, I was like, yes, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yes, I want to spend an hour and just freaking talk about this, and you hit it out of the park, man.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, we've talked about, you know, it's almost like we've traveled through a journey already. You know, like we've already went through some kind of No Man's Sky journey together, waiting for this game. And once it comes, man, we're going to be all taking off in our ships, going out in our different directions and making our own videos on YouTube. Today, like, did you see all the new stuff that we got today? We got, not only do we get new footage, but we got to know a little bit more about the economy, which we already knew most of what he said. But for him to say some of the stuff, you know, all together, like to sit down and just talk about the economy, show the new pictures of the space station, and then the really cool thing where he says one of the things that he likes to do is find a busy space station and just sit back and watch the ships coming in and out. And one of the
that was really cool. Yeah. Is this other than the first IGN video? They released another one this week already?
Oh yeah, yep, they sure did.
Okay, well then I missed that one. I saw the first one, so second one I gotta look into.
Two more came out.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so he said one of the coolest things that he likes is he likes to sit up in space near a busy space station, and he likes to watch these spaceships, the ships coming in and out of the space station. And then he said something really cool. He said it's really calming to watch and cool to see the trade actually happen in front of you as you watch these ships land on freighters, dock with the freighters, and then they go back up to the space station. They pick stuff up at the freighters and they take it back up to the space station, or they'll go down to the planets and they'll pick something up at the trade station. And then you'll see them either come up to the freighters or they'll come back up to the space station. He said it's really calming to sit there and just watch it all working, you know. And it's really cool.
Probably coded that. It's probably just like, look what I did, man. Sean Murray is, I mean, he's gonna probably be, Steve Jobs in the next couple of years. Like, people don't even know who this guy is yet.
Oh yeah,
And
they do. They do. I mean,
it's incredible. Like, he's
yeah.
so awesome to watch. His interviews are just spot on. Like, he's so humble, and when you listen to this guy talk about the game, you're like, yeah, dude, I'm definitely gonna buy the game. I know nothing about it. If you know nothing about it, and you're gonna go buy it.
Yeah.
When I saw the E3 coverage, that's when I got introduced to it. I was like, what? What is this game? I instantly told all my friends on Skype. I gave them the link to the YouTube, and I found 1 or 2 videos. I think one was yours that introduced them to them, and we're all like, okay, we're all buying this game. It's done. Like, we didn't know anything about any of the UI that we're seeing.
Right.
The elements, updating your gun, and we're all like, we could just go around planets and we'd be perfectly happy for thousands of hours.
Right.
And our only mission is to try and find each other. And maybe it takes 100 hours, but then we go to the center of the galaxy together. I mean, that's what the game is to us. And
yeah,
I don't like the critics out there who, I don't think there's very many, but I don't think they can harp on this game because I think it hits home for everybody in their own way. You can do whatever you want in this game, and everybody had this childhood dream of just being able to look up at the stars and say, I want to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not. I am afraid of the stars. I have a great relationship with gravity. Do not put me up in the stars. Are you out of your mind?
There's
People are trying to go to Mars in real life. Hey, why don't you guys go do No Man's Sky in real life? They're going to Mars. Do you want to go? Please go. Go adventure.
They told us that when I was a kid. I'm 26 and I was at the NASA place, and they're like, hey, you are the generation that's going to Mars. Yeah, they lied to us. So.
Right, yeah. When I leave to go to work in the morning, and I leave really early and I look up at the sky and I see the stars, I get this real sense of feeling like, I can't get there. But as soon as this game comes out, I'll be able to have like a fake, false journey of being able to do that. And I can't wait for that. But I'm just so excited. And a lot of people will, like you mentioned, finding your friends. Well, No Man's Sky, it's been repeated over and over and over again by the developer, by the majority of the community, that's not what this game is. Not to find your friend. But the thing is that this game is designed to be able to play the way you want to play it. And although once you get, if you do get to your friend, you can't trade with your friend. I don't even think you can shoot your friend. You'll be able to see them, but there's no interaction. But I still think it would be cool, okay, to do that, even though it's not what No Man's Sky is about. And I hate to say that because No Man's Sky is about doing what you want, okay? But it's the majority of the opinion is it's not what it's about. No Man's Sky is not an MMO, but I will try and find some of my subscribers just to do it, just so I can say, I did it. I purposely met up with somebody and cross that off my bucket list for No Man's Sky.
I shot him in the back when he wasn't looking. It's all right. I blame it on the Sentinel.
But that is that is a great answer. That is a fantastic answer. I just love that.
The upgrade of the gun, when he showed in the first IGN video,
right?
It looked like when he combined the elements together and made the plasma gun, you only got a couple shots. He didn't go into that, but it's not like you have a new gun unlimited. It looked like you only have a certain amount of shots for however many materials you make, which is good. It's not a permanent upgrade. I wonder if he's going to go into more about that and how really upgradable your gun can be. Like, you can blow up a rock and you blow up a mountain. I mean, I guess he said you could dive down in the caves and there's certain treasures underneath that are worth a lot more. I think you had mentioned in one of your videos, I want to see what some of these planets look like that don't have any life on it.
That's going to be I'm most excited about, is finding planets that just have that eerie feeling that you don't know for sure if you're really alone, Yeah, like the Dune planets,
That's exactly what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Or scary snake that just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Or, you burrow down, you're like, well, there's no life here, so I'm just going to shoot at the ground. You find this existing cave system down there, and you get down there, and you find out why there's caves. It's because these giant sandworms were making the caves as they swam through the dirt. It's like, oh, okay, and you get swallowed up or eaten. It's just, this game is just, it's just so amazing. You know, you don't know what you're going to find. You don't know if you burrow down on a planet and find a cave system and then find that maybe their algorithms accidentally allowed plant life to grow in some cavity of the planet, and you got some kind of like center of the earth, like from Journey to the Center of the Earth. You know, it's
Great
like,
movie.
yeah, really great movie.
Frasier,
Great
yeah.
book. Oh my gosh, you know, it's just
The book was good. I'll give that a lot of credit.
oh yeah.
That like drew me in. There was like I read two versions of it. I read the kid version when I was younger that got me into it initially. Then I read the actual version.
Right.
It sucked me in, man. Totally, it totally made me feel like I wanted to go be an explorer for like a day, and I was all into it. Then I really thought about it, and I sat down and thought about it. I went, no, okay, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No, go into this cave system and discovering this lost land. No. I just thought about
So you
space.
get all the
I'm not going
diamonds, though,
underneath
right?
the earth. The diamonds. Oh
diamonds.
man!
And you get the
Jonathan,
hot
go get some
Swedish
diamonds.
chick. Come on, that I watched that entire movie like 5 times because of that hot girl
All right,
and the one with Brendan Fraser.
Jonathan, you have Jedi mind tricked me into wanting to go do this now. I have some type of urgency to do this. Thank you, my friend.
For all those people out there, if you haven't seen it, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
But No Man's Sky, Sean Murray is a genius.
He is a genius.
The one thing I wish, and I know it's not in it, and if it is, oh my god, it's like a 15 out of 10 game, is I want to be able to go to a planet and say, this is home, and then have to work 200 hours to start building your own civilization. Now, and that's, maybe that game's 20 years from now, right? But doing everything this does and to be able to do that, and holy crap, he could charge me $200 for that game. And I'd buy it.
Yeah. No, there won't be any building in the game. The crafting is just of elements and technology, to put into your inventory slots, stuff like that. But when he was asked a long time ago, he said if the game does well, he will look to the community to do a thing like what they do like with DayZ or H1Z1 and provide updates, not DLC, but provide updates for people. And he'll ask the community, what kind of updates would you like? So building, there is a possibility that somewhere down the road, years later, that maybe, but like adding in updates, like all of a sudden, bam, you can build in it if you want. After we've played the goal that Hello Games wants us to play. I think that they have a vision for this game, and I think I respect their vision, and I don't want things that they don't intend to be in the game.
And I have to really thank Sony for really getting behind them. I mean, I think Steven Spielberg and some other famous people were tweeting it out. Holy crap, this game is awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, right? I almost want to not see any more. I just want to hear about features, or see some of the menu. As far as seeing other planets, I don't want to see too much more.
Yeah, I don't want to explore.
Yeah, exactly.
So the UI was definitely there's been some Destiny references on how clean it is.
Yeah, but menus can only look so different from another. Like a menu's a menu. A dashboard of a car is a dashboard of a car. We don't say that they all look too much the same when we see, different cars' dashboards. I mean, it's just a menu.
No Man's Sky to me.
Yeah. Since you're so new, you're just coming into this E3, as you said, right? This 2015.
Correct.
So, catching up, man. You've had to do a lot of catch up, or
I literally was like, should I not go to work the next 2 days? Because I found all this content online. I'm like,
right.
The 45-minute or sit down with Sean Murray where he goes over the debug and the actual how the game worked. And I was like, that was probably the second video I watched, and I was hooked. After that moment, I was like, God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Because that was a big question. That's where I said, yes, this is not smoke and mirrors. They did this, and I believe it because I understand what he's talking about, and I know that can happen, and I know this universe of 18 trillion bazillion planets is real. And I was like, God, yes, I imagine myself coming back from work, and I'm like, I'm gonna go find a planet. I'm gonna walk around for an hour.
Yeah.
That's gonna be how I, relax and chill down, try and explore a little bit, fly around space if I feel like having a dogfight, and have a dogfight. But I mean, I bought 65 Days of Static albums because I had never heard of them.
Right.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are.
And you play this one song. I don't know if it's from them or not, but like, it's really relaxing when you're showing the game footage and you have that background music. And
Oh,
it just feels like you're in space and you're supposed to explore. And I don't know, you get this may sound weird. You get goosebumps because you're like, why isn't this sound? It's like anything is possible music.
yeah, yeah.
And
I think you're referring to a song. A lot of people ask what that song is, and I try to put it in every description. Sometimes I forget. A lot of times I forget. But it's called Hydra, and I'm gonna get the band name for you. And
is it not
there's
65 days? Is that it?
nope.
Okay, wow. All
I
right. Well,
I
stole
try
it.
to use copyrighted free material on everything that I use.
Okay.
So it's a band called Huma-Huma, Huma-Huma, and the song's called Hydra. You know,
But
and the song
legit, the feels.
the song to me feels, you know, I feel the same way about that song, and that's why I love using it. You know, like I like to. There's a couple songs that I have in my library that are copyright free that I love using, and I sit there sometimes and I just listen to them on repeat. You know, and you're right, it does. It makes me feel like I'm lost inside something.
I was even more impressed by the sound that they had. And I was kind of wondering about that, about how good the sound was going to be.
Right.
And he had talked about how there would be different kind of music on different planets.
Yeah,
I was wondering
generated music. Yeah.
if we were going
probably
to
one
hear
of the
that.
strongest points about No Man's Sky is the audio quality. I remember listening to those sounds and the different sounds of ships going off in the distance. You'd hear like water or liquid trickling in certain areas, different creature sounds. I think it's going to build a lot of ambience and a lot of structure to the world you're going to be in, and it's going to change significantly. I would think it was when you go underwater to when you go to different planets. Who really knows? Honestly, we've only seen like a little bit.
I literally have shown people they'd never heard of it. I showed them just a bit of it, and they're like, "That's exactly what I want." And these are people across all genres of gaming: first-person shooter, MMO only, casual gamer. They all want something of this game, and I think it's gonna. I don't want to overhype it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very successful because it hits home to so many different people.
Yeah, you're right. And you're not. Don't be afraid to overhype it. If you like it, then it's for you. It's not a game that's meant for everybody, and that everybody's allowed to hate the game if they want to. But if it's something that you like, overhype it for yourself. You know. And I think that you're right. I think this game's going to have a long presence in the gaming community because, frankly, for years to come, for generations to come, there's always going to be something new to find. So I think that there's going to be, like Minecraft, you know, it's going to be have a strong presence, just like Minecraft on the internet, on YouTube, and people are going to write books, you know, like
How
these.
successful that game was.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I never played it. By the way, I made a Twitter account just because of No Man's Sky.
Really?
Yeah, because
Awesome.
I thought I was the coolest guy in the world that I saw Amazon put a date. That's when I tweeted you. You probably don't remember. It's like, Amazon, December 31st, 2016, No Man's Sky. And that was the day I made a Twitter account because I thought I had found that out. And I was like, I am now an idiot on the internet. Oh my God. But I even was talking to my boss who has 2 kids that are like 8 and 10. And I said, hey, she's 38, her husband's 38.
Mhm.
And I said, hey, tell your husband about this game because he plays a lot of games that I also play. And she's like, can kids play this? Because I talked about exploration and everything in space. And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't see why kids can't play it. I think it'd be great for them. She's like, well, let me know when it comes out. I think she's going to buy it for her kids. So there's a whole nother layer of, gaming and part of the market that, I'm sure Sony doesn't even think about at this point.
Right.
Kind of an educational value, I guess. You're learning economy.
Yeah, it is quite a bit to learn, but you don't want to say you're learning the periodic table though, because it's all fake, fake periodic. Like a pretend sci-fi periodic table. But yeah, you're right. There's it's got. I don't understand. Like with No Man's Sky, it has every single element of every game in it. you know, or it could have every single element. It's got the shooter, it's got the space aspect, it's got the being on the ground exploration, it's got the crafting of the, you know, materials and stuff like that. It
even has the decision if you want to go be a pirate and just shoot people.
Yeah, exactly.
It has that option too. It really has a selection for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's a powerful point for the game that a lot of other games can't offer an audience.
All right, buddy, we're gonna have to take another color here real quick. You got any closing words?
Keep up all the hard work that you do. I'm sure I speak for everyone in the community. We really appreciate all that you do, and it's fun and exciting, and love the content. So
thanks,
keep it up.
Thanks. And it's not a community without all of you guys. It's not just me. It's you guys. You know, it's one of the things that I love the most. And I'm gonna. It seems like I'm plugging it, but explore NMS.com. It's cool because once people are over there, they're writing all these stories and making all this fan art and fan fiction and stuff like that. And it's really cool to see how creative.
I have my Ernest one.
Yeah, it's really
Mine's
cool.
over there. People
it's
know
really
mine.
cool to see how talented and creative all of you guys are too. And I really love that because on my YouTube channel, you guys really don't have a form of expression except for just commenting, you know. But over there on the forum, you guys are just, man, some of the stuff's coming out of there just like floors me. I'm so shocked and amazed. But I'm really excited to see that. And thank you, dude. I appreciate the compliment.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for having me on.
No problem, buddy. You take care, man.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.